Hey everybody, ComixDad here with this month's indie comic highlight, or as I call them, ick, but in a good way. Not because what we're showing is gross, but because we like it, and also acronyms are fun. But I'm bringing to you all a special ick this month from Project Naosis, and Project Naosis was created by a guy named Paul Thayer, who is also a fellow New Jerseyan like myself. I don't currently live in New Jersey, for those of you who don't know, but I am born and bred there. So it does feel good to be having my home roots being represented here over on the ComixDad channel, especially for an indie comic highlight for an ick. Paul's working on some other stuff, but his bread and butter, his main work that he has is Project Naosis. Project Naosis is a superhero-esque title. I have not read his entire series so far, as he is still working on it, but I have read Volume 1, which is the first 3 issues, 4 if you count the fact that there is an issue 0 inside the trade paperback. So here is the cover for Project Naosis Volume 1. As I said, there are actually, if you count the issue 0 that is inside this trade paperback, there are currently 6 issues of Project Naosis. Issue 7 is currently being funded over on Kickstarter. Well, it's called issue 6, but it's the 7th issue, the 6th official issue. But like I said, this is the cover for the trade paperback collecting issues 0 through 3. This is what I have at home. This is what I have read. And so this is what we'll be talking about. Project Naosis takes place in a world, a universe, where people with powers do exist. It's still very rare, not a whole lot of them, but they exist. People know of them. And there were superheroes that were kind of keeping the world safe. And something had happened. The superheroes are no more. So the government decided to step in and find enhanced people, or also create their own enhanced people, gathered soldiers, gathered these enhanced individuals, and put them together as a team to not necessarily become the next superhero team, but to kind of work more behind the scenes and covert type of unit to be able to hunt and take down the evil forces of the world, especially of the main antagonist. I had a lot of fun reading this. I've only read the Volume 1 trade paperback so far. I do have to get issue 4 and 5 from Paul. He also has a one-shot that kind of tells a little bit more of the story of the main antagonist as well. And then he also has kind of a prequel issue that he has available on his site as well, which kind of tells the story of our leader of Project Naosis, who codename Omega, who's this guy in the orange, right front and center on the cover here. But let's take a peek at some nice preview pages that Paul was kind enough to share with me. So this is just one of the pages from inside. And I mean, first and foremost, the art is very good. The colors do not disappoint. The style of these characters' outfits are really cool, really neat. In the middle here, like I said, that's our leader of the team of Project Naosis, Omega. Very not necessarily Iron Man-esque, but like it does give me some Iron Man vibes, but I dig it. I like the color scheme. I like the overall design. And there's some of his compatriots back over there. But, whoa, was zoomed in. I did not want to zoom in. That is not what I wanted. There we go. Let's zoom back out. Go to the next page that he sent me here. So this is from and these are all pages from issues that are collected in the Volume 1 trade paperback. But yeah, this, as you can tell in this second panel right here, this is not necessarily for this is not necessarily a for kids kind of indie comic, given that there's some gore and guys being dismembered. But it is I would say it's probably best suited for teenagers and above. But this is just I really dug this. It's a lot of action. There's a whole lot of action in in this whole first volume. Let's zoom in a little bit here. And as we go through the volume, we get to know a little more about each of the members of Project Naosis, of the team. And I definitely am able... I feel like at this point I do have an emotional connection through Paul's writing and the artwork and the scenes to at least half the team. Not the entire team, but at least 3, maybe 4 members of the team. Granted, I haven't read the entire series that Paul has out so far either. I still need to read, and he calls them episodes on the covers. You'll see episode instead of issue or number. So I still have to read episode 4, episode 5. He's currently funding for episode 6, but I anticipate that if 4 and 5 and upcoming 6 are going to be anything like this, like the issues in the first volume. I mean, look at that. That's cool. He just smashes the ground, and Omega has energy manipulation, I believe. So just smashes the ground, says energy waves, and kind of just scatters all the guys around him. I feel like this is definitely going to be a property for people to keep their eyes on, for those of you who are into the indie comic scene. And then this whole page right here, this is just... I really like the layout of the panels here, kind of diagonally like that, and you still get to see everything going on. Up here is the whole Project Naosis team. We got everybody in the background there. We got up here, her code name is Hellkate. Fire manipulation is her deal. Really cool. I really would like to see more of her in the next few issues, which maybe I will. Like I said, I haven't read them yet. There's definitely a good foundation to grow this team, and maybe they eventually do become superheroes instead of a top secret special forces squad for the government to just go hunt down the bad guys. But it's wonderful. And then here we go. So this, at the end of the first section of the trade paperback, we get to see the actual team of Project Naosis. So here we are, up here. The heroes have failed us, and now a new team has risen. Soldiers are given a serum that grants them super enhanced capabilities. So starting from the front, we have John Evans, codename Omega, who is the team leader. His enhancement is energy manipulation. Oh, and then we go back here, starting on the left, initiating Shin Lao, codename Hellkate. Fire and heat manipulation is her deal. Over here, we have Noah Thomas, codename Prince Euro, and he has really cool teleportation powers that are shown off pretty early on. And they're really neat as well. As you can see, he's got like some sort of cool, interesting, high-tech energy bow that he uses as well. Over here, to the right, we have Victor Hernandez, codename Thorn. Enhancement grows spike projectiles. And he doesn't just use them as projectiles, he uses them as a bladed weapon in melee, in hand-to-hand combat as well. Over here, we have initiating Cole Walker, codename Hybrid. Enhancement healing. So this dude is basically just a tank. Like, he could take hits, he could heal up, he could take more punishment himself, but deal out the punishment as well. And there's also a member of the team that is missing from here, that if you pick up Volume 1, or if you pick up a couple issues of the series, you'll get to meet him. He's introduced in Episode 1. But I'm not going to spoil that for anybody. Aside from Project Naosis, Paul has a couple other titles as well. But here, want more Project Naosis? He's got all these. These are all the issues that are out so far. You can go over to his website, projectnaosis.com. But Paul also has Omega 2090, which is kind of like a prequel series. It's currently number 1 of 4 he has out. But it's a prequel series that kind of tells the story of the beginnings of this team, Project Naosis, before they became enhanced, while they were just soldiers. And you can see on the cover there, this is actually the primary antagonist, known as Crimson Pain, who does some he does some things. Like I said, I don't want to spoil anything, but he causes a big problem, and Project Naosis ends up assembling to go after him and the organization that he has created. But you can see a couple of the characters here. This guy over here on the right, this is the guy that ends up becoming Codename Omega. And down here, this is the guy that ends up becoming Codename Thorn. But it's a 4-part prequel series. Part number 1 is currently available on Paul's site as well. So if you're going to get into Project Naosis, if you pick up the first one and like what you read, I definitely recommend before you go back or before you continue to read more, maybe go back, pick up Omega 2090 off Paul's site, and read the first issue of Omega 2090 before you continue with Project Naosis. All right, and then here is another title that is available through Paul's site, Project Naosis. This is a one-shot called Crimson Pain, which actually focuses on the primary antagonist for the Project Naosis book series, the Project Naosis universe, Crimson Pain himself. You can see him here. Looks like he's going to be fighting some kind of other enhanced, and that's what the people powers are called in this universe. They're called enhanced. I need to pick up Crimson Pain. I definitely do look forward to it. Paul's team that he has gathered for doing the art, for doing the pencils, the colors, everything. Everybody that Paul has had get involved with this has done a great job. Like I said, I really enjoy the artwork. But aside from all of this, so let's go over to the Project Naosis X page. So here's Project Naosis on X for anybody that wants to follow, keep up to date on what's going on with the whenever there's a new funding campaign for the next issue of Project Naosis. For anybody that wants to go and follow to keep up to date. But aside from that, there is one other thing I did want to discuss. And this is called Lethal Leopard. This is just a preview. I don't know if this is going to be the cover of it or what, but this is a completely separate title that Paul is working on with some individuals. And there is going to be a Kickstarter crowdfunding campaign coming soon on that. Just by looking at this shot, if this is going to be the cover, I hope it is, because I think it's really cool. I'm really interested about, this dude's holding a big-ass sword. He's got fire in his head. He's got some angel-type wings going on there or something. I don't know exactly what this dude's deal is. He's wearing some kicks. He's wearing a jumper. But I definitely want to know more. But it looks really cool. I'm really excited for Paul. He's doing a great job. Paul, keep up the work, brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate the work you're doing. Paul is big on going to conventions. So if anybody wants to meet Paul, especially if you're in the Northeast, Paul does a lot of conventions in the New Jersey area. He was down at AwesomeCon in DC. He was out at a convention in Illinois recently, I believe, for C2E2 in Chicago. So Paul kind of travels all over the place. So I'm sure if you just reach out to Paul on X, if you want to check out his stuff in person, if you know you're going to a medium-sized or larger-sized convention in the near future, reach out to Paul, ask him, hey man, I'm going to be at such and such convention. What conventions are you going to be at coming up? I'd really like to see your stuff. He's a really nice guy. So just don't be afraid to reach out to him. But definitely, if you have the opportunity to, if you know Paul's going to be at a convention that you're going to, make sure you stop by his table, check out Project Naosis, have a good talk with him, and also tell him ComixDad sent you. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. Again, I like doing these monthly indie comic highlight videos, just as I discover more titles or more creators in the indie comic space that I personally enjoy, of whom I've gotten to speak with and get to know. I just want to highlight and just promote these people because independent comics are kind of what's keeping the comic book industry going. DC, Marvel, unfortunately, they've been letting so many people down for such a long time that nobody really seems to give a damn if you talk to the normal everyday person. As far as they know, the comic book industry is most likely dead, except for, going to comic conventions and people dressing up in cosplay and seeing celebrities. That's what people associate comic culture with at this point. I'm just trying to do my part, keep it alive, support the independent comic creators, like Paul, like other people. But until next month, Please go check out Project Naosis at projectnaosis.com. Go follow Paul on X, both at Project Naosis and on his personal page. Give Project Naosis a try. Go over to his website, just even if it's just to pick up one issue. Either that, or you could pick up the trade paperback of all of Volume 1. You get it at a little bit of a deal. I appreciate everybody. Thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, you be good to yourselves, be good to each other, support independent comic creators, support your local comic shops, and I will see you all on the next Ick. Take care, everybody.